this. The kitchen is one of the most important rooms in the home. Take a look at this beautiful renovation by Karen.
Great things about taking out walls in homes is we open up the space and allow all the natural light to flow through. It feels that much bigger. And in our case, by taking down this wall, we were able to extend our kitchen and put in this Whirlpool black ice fridge and a pantry. The fridge used to be on the far side of the room. It wasn't part of the working triangle, and it blocked the entrance to the backyard and the stairs to the basement. Now we have a great working triangle. Here's a tip. There are 3 dimensions to keep in mind: 36 inches for counter height, 30 inches for table height, and also good for baking, by the way, and 42 inches is what we call bar height. And when we took down the wall, we made sure it was 42 inches. These known heights make a difference. It makes it very comfortable for leaning, and if it was any higher, it just wouldn't look or feel right. We also were able to hide the stairs. The side door goes right down some stairs, and it's hidden under this island. Gives us lots of working surface, and you don't even see it. The kitchen, you might notice, doesn't have any uppers, and we did that to make it feel more open and airy since there's so much storage in here anyway, and it gives us this great focal point wall. Penny rounds with a soft gray grout and the floating reclaimed wood shelves look fantastic. From our beautiful black ice appliances to our light fixtures to the handles on the cabinets to the hit of black on the faucet. It's sophisticated, it looks amazing, and it's such a great alternative to stainless steel.
Beautiful, Karen. Oh my gosh. Of course, the appliances, they really stand out. They're gorgeous. So the beautiful French door refrigerator in that story is valued at more than $3,000. It's from the Whirlpool Black Ice collection. And guess what? We're going to give one to someone in our audience. So let's get a drum roll going, and I'm going to pick the winner. Drum roll, please. To take that home today. Just joking. We'll deliver it to you. We'll deliver it to you. Nice prize. You never know. Anything can happen when you come down to City Line. So you can be walking home on the subway with the fridge. It's good. Let's talk a little bit more about kitchens, because they're a super important part of the home. They're the artery. It's the heart of the home. It's where everybody hangs out. You have to be very meticulous with your floor plan so you can figure out how to make everything work together. So you're going to teach us a thing or two.
You were so right. And part of the issue is that there's so many options nowadays. Like, there's so many different appliances. And so when I meet with a client, I often say, well, what do you want in your kitchen? Because obviously if people want double wall ovens and they want built-in espresso makers and that kind of thing, the kitchen's footprint has just gotten that much bigger.
Right.
So it really is important to start with your appliances and what your needs are, and then go shopping for them. So you don't have to buy them day one, but go shopping so you have some specs, because then when we start designing a kitchen, we can put them actually in the floor plan. Okay. So here's a floor plan right here. I'm going to give a couple of Fridge 101 lessons.
Sure.
So obviously nowadays we have counter depth fridges, which are wonderful because they don't stick out into the room. They look really sleek. But if you have a big family, you need the capacity. Sometimes you need that extra depth. Sometimes you need it for big lasagna trays or pizzas or things you're going to put in there. And so you should know that ahead of time before you go shopping. Yeah. So here's a creative way to actually, it's a floor plan here where it's a standard depth fridge, but by creating a wall around the fridge, we were able actually to put the fridge kind of 4 inches deeper into this section, into the wall, to hide the fact that it wasn't counter depth. So in reality, it looks counter depth, but you can see we've cheated it inside the wall. So the wall behind the fridge can actually sometimes go back to give you this beautiful seamless look. So you can see how the finished kitchen looks. It's built right in. So you don't even see it there.
I love that kitchen, by the way.
Nice.
That is gorgeous. Okay, so let's go to another floor plan here.
Also doing, I mean, it's nice that we have the options of like the black ice, and it comes actually in the white as well, and stainless. There's lots of options, but sometimes you may not want to see the fridge. You may want to hide it. So integrated fridges look wonderful. So here's a design where we actually put a panel on the fridge, and it just blends right in, and it looks a little bit more dressed up in the sense that if you're in the kitchen, you don't see any of the appliances because they're just hidden right there. And here's what it looks like. So you can see the fridge is all blending in, and as we stand here at the sink, we have great landing room beside the fridge, but we can look through into our dining room.
That's very cool. Kimberly Selden, she's a big advocate of that. She hides everything, like everything, even the appliances.
Yes.
Like
Small
the stove
appliance, yeah.
is gone, and you know you have to open it up to actually cook something. So she's like, she's off the hook. She doesn't have to cook ever. She never sees it.
Yeah, if I
it's
can't
great.
see it, I can't use it.
Yeah, I can't use it. I don't know. It's gone. Everything's so neat and tidy though when you do that. There's something lovely about that.
Well, and the thing is, even in a modern kitchen, it works.
Yeah.
Generally, we tend to think about an integrated kitchen or integrated appliances in the kitchen as being a very traditional look, and it is. And sometimes, like with something like the black ice, you might want to really highlight it and make it look amazing in the space. But there's also times when you might have a small space, as in this kitchen, this little condo kitchen, where we've hidden it, and then we've shown some of our appliances on the other side.
Nice. Yeah, that's very nice.
Another thing to consider as you're planning your kitchen is landing space. So with a French door refrigerator, when we open both doors, we're actually kind of blocking the counter space on either side of the fridge. So it's nice to have a space behind. So often a peninsula or an island. So as you open those doors, you can easily turn around and put things out so that you can, you know, pull something from the back, or you might be creating a meal where you need lots of dishes from the fridge.
Yeah.
So it's not a big traveling distance. So in this floor plan, you can see the fridge is over here, and because of the style of the fridge and the pantries on either side, there is no landing space here on this side. So
Right.
we have a nice landing space with the island directly behind, and we'll show you how that looks.
Well, you use that every time you bring in new groceries too. 'Cause
Yeah.
do you do the whole fridge reorganization when you bring home your groceries?
I like to keep it organized so that when I bring it home,
You're
everything-
ready.
I'm ready.
I have
Yeah.
to do the fridge reorganization
Well, you
every
have
time
more
I bring
people
them
in your
home.
home. I was
gonna
Yeah.
say.
So it's just me
I
in my
pull
home.
stuff
so it
out,
stays
I
organized.
redo the whole thing.
Yeah.
That
It's
doesn't happen
annoying
in
but
my world.
necessary.
No, when you have extra people in the home, you have to do the reorganization before you shop, or
Yeah.
when you come home from shopping. So here's another integrated fridge. We have lots of landing space right across, so you can bring everything out. And if the landing space is near the sink, that's also wonderful, because generally we're pulling things out, and maybe it's vegetables, and we're going to wash them and chop them. So then you pull them out, you put them exactly where your working space is.
Yep.
That's even a better working triangle.
Yeah, I like it. That works. It's got to be functional. That's what it's all about.
Yes, and so this is the kitchen we just saw. So you can see they have a beautiful French door, the black ice fridge, and they have a massive island directly behind, as you saw on the tape. So again, when you open up those French doors, which one of the things I love about a French door is that it's not one big massive door. So when you're maybe a little tight on space, and maybe you only have that 36 inches between the counter and the fridge, you don't necessarily want to have that huge door that opens, because now when somebody's in the fridge and you have a family, somebody can't walk by.
Right.
So by having two smaller doors, you have the option of people walking by, so that it really helps create space. And there are still, I mean, the side-by-side fridges, which we don't see as often. And one of the reasons we're not seeing them as often is they don't work for everybody, because when you have some big frozen goods like pizzas and that kind of thing, it can be hard to get them in the side-by-sides.
Yeah, it
So
is.
you get that
Yeah,
same...
this is brilliant because you have the full chest that
Yes.
opens up, right?
And then the
Right.
freezer on the bottom, which is really perfect functionality, and it really works in this space. And of course, this is the kitchen that we saw, and the massive island, which is great for entertaining.
Well, let's see how Karen Kane designed your kitchen and where you placed your fridge. Take a
Right.
look.
Standard rule of thumb when you're designing a kitchen is to create a triangle between your cooktop, your sink, and your fridge. In this case, my kitchen's a little bit larger than average, so we created the triangle with our prep island. So we have our sink, place where we prep, and then our refrigerators are right behind us. So we have double door Sub-Zeros, which gives us a ton of storage, and it's great for loading and unloading to this counter. It's also a really good distance from our breakfast table, which makes it very functional and easy to use.
Holy, that's beautiful.